Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has ordered the implementation of the nation's existing education policy, which allows teachers to practice for 40 years in service or until the attainment of the age of 65. The president, who was represented by the vice president during the event to mark World Teachers' Day in the nation's capital, Abuja, says that teachers ready to benefit from the extension of their service year, however, must have requisite skills that can equip students to meet societal challenges. News Central's Edong Joseph compiled this report.
Nigeria joined the rest of the world to commemorate World Teachers' Day. The ceremony, which is to recognize and honor the contribution of teachers in nation building, held at the Eagle Square in the federal capital, showcasing a rich cultural display to showcase Nigeria's diverse cultural heritage and the march past by teachers from different schools across the country. Nigeria's vice president expressed concerns over the challenges being faced by teachers in the country and pledged government's commitment to deploy modern learning tools to assist the teachers.
Our plan for the education sector is make it a system capable of harnessing the potential of new learning technologies. Our agenda is to build a system where artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and virtual classrooms are not mere buzzwords. They are tools that can revolutionize the way we teach, learn, and think. We are going to invest in modernizing our educational infrastructure and make sure that we are in step with the world on the road to the future.
The national president of the Nigeria Union of Teachers expressed worry over the shortage of teachers, calling on government to deploy more qualified teachers to help fill the shortfall of over 170,000 needed teaching professionals in the country.
A report from practitioners indicate an alarming rate of retirement of teachers without a corresponding recruitment to fill the gaps. Studies have shown low enrollment into education courses in tertiary institutions, as they are considered as last option by admission seekers. Some trained teachers also accept the job of teaching as a stepping stone and leave for greener pasture once the opportunity comes their way.
Nigeria has already implemented several policies to tackle this shortage head-on. I am pleased to share with you a significant policy initiative, the Harmonized Retirement Age of Teachers in Nigeria Act 2022. I encourage each of you to consider taking advantage of this policy, but please bear in mind that eligibility is not automatic. To benefit from this act, you must possess contemporary teaching skills, including proficiency in information technology.
Most of our teachers may be computer literate but unable to deploy information and communication technology in teaching and learning. And this immensely affects education outcome and the ability to achieve our national development goals. It is, therefore, imperative that teachers in Nigeria should take advantage of the open education resources and other online and in-person study centers to upgrade and become the teachers we want.
We in the ministry and as a government will work towards addressing any bottlenecks in the implementation of these schemes, which is intended to improve the life of a teacher.
The vice president pledged to improve the living conditions of teachers in the country.
And joining us in the news tonight is a teacher and teachers trainer, Uche Agbazue, to help us better understand what the World Teachers' Day means to them. Well, welcome to you, Mr. Agbazue, and thank you very much for joining us on the news. Can you kindly mute your device, please? Yes, I can hear you. I think I can re-establish a connection.
Okay, is it better?
Yes, please. Now, Uche, this is a day that comes once every year. First, let's start by finding out what it means to an average teacher. What does it mean to you? Is it now more of a ritual, or does the theme of the day and celebrating this day have any meaningful significance?
Definitely, it has a lot of significance. The fact that as a teacher, there's a day set aside to celebrate you, to appreciate what you do, and to acknowledge the fact that you make positive impact in the society and in the lives of young ones. It's not just a ritual. It's first of all considered to be a time to appreciate the invaluable contributions that teachers make in the lives of children and in education in general. And as a teacher, it's very satisfying that you are celebrated no matter how, in whatever manner, in whatever way, big or small scope that the celebration is done. It's a time set aside for teachers to celebrate themselves, to be celebrated, to appreciate what they do, and to urge them to do better. And it brings to consciousness the fact that this profession exists and the needs in the profession are presented, to the awareness of both the society and policymakers. So it's not just a ritual. It's very impactful.
Now, Uche, there's an old saying that says reward of teachers is in heaven, and looking around and, looking at the poor remuneration of teachers in our society, can one truly say that their reward is in heaven, or have they started receiving the rewards here on earth? And how important is it for society to appreciate the work of teachers?
I wonder why the reward of teachers should be in heaven while the others will reap their rewards here on earth. The work and the effort is put in here on earth. So, it only makes sense that teachers get rewarded here. Unfortunately, it isn't quite so, especially if we look at the reward in terms of monetary or economic reward. There is no doubt that in Nigeria, precisely, the teaching profession is a bit more relegated. It's becoming less and less dignifying. Why? Because it doesn't attract high remuneration or compensation. But the truth is that there is no amount of monetary compensation that can equate or be commensurate with the effort that a teacher puts in the lives of the children. We know that teaching is the mother of all professions. Without teaching or teachers, there wouldn't be all other professions. So it only makes sense that teachers should, at least, even if not commensurably rewarded, but that at least they should be reasonably rewarded. However, I will not fail to point out that as a teacher, there's a certain level of fulfillment that comes to you, knowing that the children that pass through you are successful and making impact in their chosen professions and achieving highly in wherever they are. It brings a lot of satisfaction and fulfillment to you as a teacher. And that, you could say, is a reward because it's therapeutic, if I may say so.
Now,
but
finally,
having the
Uche,
reward in heaven.
Uche, before I let you go,
so.
Because of the socioeconomic realities in the country, we live in a time where many parents abandon their responsibilities of raising their children to the teachers and still will not allow the teachers to do the job the best way they deem fit. Is this a realistic assumption? And how are teachers managing the situation? What's the best sort of synergy to have between parents and teachers?
You've hit the nail on the head. This is one of the greatest challenges that we face today in educational institutions. Parents spend less and less time at home and more time on their jobs these days. And so they are not always available to support their children. And they leave all the work for the teachers to do. Yet they would want to dictate how the teacher would deliver on his job or on her job. It's been a big challenge. I would like to say here that a lot of the times it's more challenging in private institutions of learning because the private school owners would be very careful to maintain their clientele and would not want their the parents to leave. And so sometimes they overindulge parents when parents want to dictate to the teachers how the teachers deliver on their jobs. it's been very challenging. But I would say that the schools and teachers that know their honors, they maintain their stand, especially in areas of discipline. For instance, if they know the right disciplinary procedures to mete out on the children for misdemeanor and would not be bullied by parents into shifting grounds. A lot of the times the parents get to know that, no, I would not be able to bully this teacher into compromising, and then they relax.
Okay, thank you so much for your insights, and happy All Teachers Day to you, Uche Agbazue.
Thank you so very much.
It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you.
Same here. Thank you and good night.